I thought the game today for us was won in the first half, with our defense. That was the best defense we played all year. Holding them to 22 points, that was key. They outscored us in the second half, but we scored enough. We kept scoring. I just thought, the first half really set the tone for the game. Our defense, we were clicking on all cylinders, and we made it tough for them. So, I thought in the second half, we had our low moments offensively, and then we stayed with it. We took care of the basketball. That was another thing that we hadn't been doing. We had 9 turnovers against a team that causes about 14 or 15, 16 turnovers a game. So I thought we took care of the ball. I thought we moved the ball. I thought we stuck to the game plan. We had a game plan. I thought we executed it to a T. On both ends of the floor, we just missed a couple of shots, but I thought we did a really good job there. I was really happy for all the guys that stepped on the court. I thought JJ was phenomenal. Judah was, when he plays like that, we're going to be tough to beat. 20 points, 9 assists. He drew 13 fouls, 4 steals. JJ shooting the ball the way we need him to shoot the ball, and I thought he was aggressive. Chris Bell had a really, really, really good impact on the game. And Benny, I thought Benny was really good. He was very active, 5 rebounds, altered some shots, had 2 block shots. I just thought he was really active, and we need that for him to move forward. And I thought Quadir, even though the numbers weren't there, he gave us some toughness at the end. Thought he defended well. I thought, that's what I was looking for at the end, towards the second half. We had a big enough lead. I wanted to see if we can, really stop them and be patient on offense. So, but I was just proud of our effort today, really from start to finish. I thought at the end, defensively, we broke down a little bit, but for the most part, our defense was really good today. Questions?
Adrian, you guys have been able to follow up losses with wins and avoid a losing streak. Is that something you talk to these guys about, or how have you been able to do that?
I think after the Florida State loss, I think that was the first time that I kind of brought it to their attention, talking about bouncing back, because I thought the Florida State game, even this game, it kind of had that feeling to it as well, playing up-tempo and pressing, and, we go through a scoring drought. But I mentioned it to them that they've been resilient. They've been able to bounce back every time we've faced a little bit of adversity. All coming off a loss. So, we talked about it. I just thought that they were really, these last 2 days of practice, they were really locked in. They were really focused. We had, it was the first time we had to deal with a post presence like Burns. Bakel, we thought we could do a little bit better job, but, with Burns, we knew we had to do something because he passed the ball so well, and he can get in and cause fouls. So I thought, we did a good job there.
Why is Judah so good at getting to the free throw line?
He can change direction. He's crafty. He knows angles. If you give him space, he's very good at eating up that space, and he's aggressive. But he's crafty. He can see angles. He can get through little crevices. He knows how to keep people on their back and make the play. But and he has excellent speed. And he's shifty.
You said before that Justin Taylor's got to shoot his way out of this slump. Is there something else to it now? Because he only had 1 shot tonight.
Yeah, I just think the ball didn't find him today. We tried to get him a little shot on an out-of-bounds play. But, Justin does a lot more for us that doesn't show up on the statistics sometimes. And this is a team that we have that. I think, we need guys to be able to do other things. We have some guys that kind of are our primary scorers. And, Justin's not going to get a ton of shots. But the shots that he gets, he has to make them. And today, the ball just didn't find him.
What are some of those things that he does?
He rebounds. Defensively, he knows where he needs to be. He can rotate. And there's value in that. There's value in that, especially man-to-man. There's value in that, and because we're an aggressive defensive team. So when we start, heating up the ball or stepping on the ball screens, those backside guys, they got to know where to go. They got to know what to do, and he's very good at it.
Coach, the second half is when your defense seems to kind of have more valleys than peaks, it seems, recently. What's your level of concern, and why do you see that happening?
I think, I don't necessarily know 100%, but typically when that happens, we have a lead. And I think, we do I don't like to use this as an excuse, but we have a young team. We have a young team, and when we get up by, we get up at 10, 11, 12 points, we just lose focus sometimes, and I think that happens more often, and I think that's what we're trying to, get consistent and work that out.
So, Adrian, I'm curious about what you tell your 205-pound Peter Carey when he's going in there against 275-pound DJ Burns, and what is the strategy in that situation?
Well, we knew we had to throw another body on him besides besides Malik, and we just told Peter, move your feet. You can't battle with him. Don't arm wrestle with him. Try to get around him. It's a lot, but try to get around him, and when he catches it, just try to stay in front of him and try to hold your ground best as possible. We had some guys trying to dig and trying to come rotate over, but just try to stay in front of him. Don't give him angles. You're gonna get some fouls. That's fine. But we just wanted. We knew we had to play. We just couldn't leave Malik out there the whole time.
Coach, J.J. Starling's been really hot over these past 4 games. What about his play style have you liked the most from him?
I think he's been confident. I think he's really been shooting the ball. Even the Florida State, he took the shots that he normally makes. He didn't make them that game, but I thought I just think he has a confidence about him. I think him and Judah are really kind of starting to gel a little bit, knowing where each other's at. Knowing where each other is at. Specifically at the end, he had a big 3 at the end. Judah drove it, stopped, and we talked about, hey, when he picks his pivot, picks the ball up, we got to move. And, he circled around and hit a big 3 for us, and that's the stuff that we're talking about. And I think that's the chemistry that you start looking for as you head down the stretch, especially with those 2 guys.
Coach, building off that, the backcourt of Judah and JJ, what specifically about them has improved over the course of the season?
I think just them getting used to playing with each other and feeding off of each other and knowing where, when to hit them, when not to hit them, but just playing, 20 games now, just practicing. I just think they're just starting to gel a little bit.
Adrian, Malik had 4 assists today. As the small ball center, are you starting to see maybe a little bit more playmaking out of him, or is there any type of comparison for him as a small ball center now?
In certain teams, we like to use a lot of ball screens. He's fast, he's quick, he has good IQ. We try to get him the ball. We wanted to kind of give him the ball and let him make some plays and roll to the basket, and I thought he did a good job of that. He had one in the middle and hit, I think, JJ in the corner. That was big, but we try to use him like that. With the guards that we have, they get a lot of attention. They like to sometimes put 2 on the ball, so we try to give him the ball and try to play, on the backside, and he does a good job with it.
Coach, did you have any time this week to teach your team about the legacy of Dave being on and off the court, and what was it like to have him at practice?
Yeah, we put together, a little video. We put some slides together. We talked about him. Some of the guys had a chance to meet him last year, so they were well aware of him. I think one of our guys, I forget, they said he's like the LeBron of Syracuse basketball or something like that. But they knew who he was, and he talked to the team after the game, and they were all attentive. I wish I could get that attention, but no, we did. We talked about it.
Time for one more. How do you think JJ can remain this consistent a shooter, especially since he's been shooting a lot better since the new year?
Just keep doing what he's doing now. Just really, he's working hard. He's staying in the gym. He has his routine. Again, I think, he just has to keep doing what he's doing and not overthink anything. Thank you, guys.